Listen to me. Right now, you might feel like you're drowning, like the weight of what happened is pressing down on your chest so hard you can barely breathe. You wake up every morning, and for just a split second, you forget. And then reality crashes back in, and you remember the loss, the betrayal, the failure, the pain that feels like it's carved into your very soul. You tell yourself you can't move on. You tell yourself this is it. This is where your story ends. But I'm here to tell you that's a lie. I know it doesn't feel like a lie. I know it feels like the most honest thing you've ever felt. But feelings aren't facts. And your pain, as real and valid as it is not your destiny. Every single person listening to this has felt stuck. Every single person has had that moment where they thought, this is too much. I can't do this anymore. The successful businessman who lost everything. The mother who buried her child. The student who failed again. We've all been there. We've all felt that crushing weight. But here's what I've learned, and what I need you to understand. Moving on doesn't mean forgetting. Moving on doesn't mean pretending it didn't happen. Moving on doesn't mean you're betraying your pain or dishonoring what you've lost. Moving on means you choose to write the next chapter instead of reading the same page over and over until the words blur together. You are not your worst moment. You are not defined by what happened to you. You are not sentenced to carry this burden forever like some kind of life sentence you never deserved. Yes, it changed you. Yes, it left scars. Yes, some days it still hurts so bad you want to curl up and disappear. But you know what? Scars are proof that you survived. Scars are proof that your body and your spirit knows how to heal. The truth is, you have a choice right now. The truth is, you have a choice right now. You can stay in this place of pain, building walls around your heart and telling yourself this is all there is. Or you can take one small step. Not a giant leap, just one small step towards something different. Maybe that step is getting out of bed tomorrow when you don't want to. Maybe it's calling that friend you've been avoiding. Maybe it's applying for that job, writing that first page, saying, I forgive you. Even if you're not sure you mean it yet, maybe it's simply choosing to believe that tomorrow could be different than today. Moving on is not about time. People will tell you time heals all wounds, but that's not complete. Time doesn't heal. What you do with that time heals. Time just gives you the space to choose healing over staying wounded. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it won't hurt. I'm not saying you won't have setbacks and days when you feel like you're back at square one. But I am saying it's possible. I am saying you have more strength in you than you know. I am saying your story isn't over. Look around you. Look at the people who've walked through fire and came out the other side, not unmarked but unbroken. Look at those who lost everything and built something new. Look at those who thought their hearts would never beat normally again. And now, they're helping others find their rhythm. They're not superhuman. They're not special. They just decided that their pain, as real as it was, didn't get to write the ending of their story. You get to decide what comes next. Not today. Maybe. Maybe today you just survive, and that's enough. But someday soon, you'll have a moment where you realize you laughed
and forgot to feel guilty about it. You'll have a day where the first thing you think about when you wake up isn't what you lost, but what you might find.
That's when you'll know you're moving on.
And when that day comes,
You'll understand that moving on wasn't about leaving something behind. It was about carrying the love, the lessons, and the strength forward with you into whatever comes next. Your pain is valid, your grief is real, your fear is understandable, but your future, your beautiful, unknown, still unwritten future, is waiting for you to believe in it again. You can do this! Not because it's easy, but because you're stronger than you know. Not because it won't hurt, but because you're worth fighting for. Not because you have to, but because somewhere deep down, past all the pain and fear and exhaustion, a part of you still believes that better days are possible. That part of you is right. Trust it, feed it, follow it. Your story isn't over. Your best chapters might still be ahead of you. You can move on. You will move on. And when you do, you'll help someone else believe they can too.